Hola, hola, hello guys. I start to speak in Spanish now. My name is Clairo. I'm from Brazil, but I live in Spain. I want to deliver this speaker for you guys in French, but I am not able to do that. So I choose the English as a language. So today we are talking about the Microsoft Security Copilot, a comprehensive guide to protect your data and your environment. It's really new in the market. Microsoft has not launched yet officially. So if you are a MVP or if you want to try, you can request Microsoft, but Microsoft needs to accept this trial or not. Sometimes you can get it, sometimes you cannot. So probably in the building this year, in the end of the May, they will launch officially the product as a public preview. I'm not sure about that. Maybe in this build, or if not in this build, in the next insights that occurs in I think October in USA. Probably they will launch the solution. For today, I will introduce myself. We are talking about a little bit about the SOC challenge. Who doesn't know what is SOC? SOC is a security operating center. It's the security part that take care of the security inside the company. Okay. We are talking a little bit about artificial intelligence. Briefly, it's not the goal of this presentation. We are talking about the magic behind the Security Copilot, this Copilot system that they are being used by Microsoft in Microsoft 365 and GitHub Copilot as well. So Copilot system is the magic. Who is making this so interesting? Copilot system, for me, in my opinion, is the game change for Microsoft in that part. We are talking about Microsoft Security Copilot, how it works, the incident response, threat hunting, security reporting. I have a small video to show you, and question and answer if you have. So, my name is Clairo. As I said, I'm from Brazil. I'm living right now in Spain. I am Microsoft industry expert. I am graduated in network science computer. So I am working right now currently as a cloud security architect in my Cloud. My job is take care of the cloud migrations, the security part. Be sure that our team is delivering everything with security and taking care with all the components of the cloud. I am more close to Microsoft, but I work with AWS and a little bit with GCP. But I am more expert. My security expertise is more with Azure cloud. Here is my contact that you need to contact me. So the first challenge, everything is connected today. And we are not talking just about the data. We are talking about people, we are talking companies, we are talking about health resources. For example, 2 years ago in Argentina, I did a project for security project with Sentinel for a chemical company. They are, in that time, they are facing an attack from hacker inside their quality system of the air. It's the system that measures the quality of the air inside the company. It's a chemical company. They using, I forget the name of the product, but it's very, very nocive for human beings. So they have the system to control for the health of the employees. And the hackers were attacking this system. So if the system is stopped and the gas escape for 1, 2, or 3 hours, probably the professionals inside that tower will be dead. So this is the challenge today. It's not more about your leakage of data. We are talking about the security of people as well, because everything is connected. We have smart cities, we have autonomous car, we have, I believe in USA, there is Tesla, that is autonomous car, that drive by itself. Companies have sensors, IoT, everything connected. 2 weeks ago, I was in the company in the market, famous companies in the market, they have all the manufacturers connecting the internet. So we need to deliver security for that. It's 2 sensors, 2 data, 2 insights, 2 actions that a security needs to operate inside this environment. For that, we have another challenge. The data and the complex of attacks are increasing. The hackers are not just using simple attacks. They're using artificial intelligence great attacks. With GPT-4 now, if you go and ask for ChatGPT how you can build a simple DDoS attack, ChatGPT teach you. ChatGPT you put, okay, it's not legal to do that, but for education, it's here. So if you're going to use for education, okay, but you can use as well for attack a small company, okay? So this kind of power, it's raising the complexity of the attacks. We need to have a security operation more effective for that. So this is load a little bit the load of work for a security team. The next one is the sophistication of threats. We are not just talking about a small attack, so a virus that you send just for email. We are talking complexity now, sophisticated. We have organizations inside the countries doing that to attack another country. Now cyber, it's a weapon of war. We can see that in Ukraine, you can see that in Russia, you can see that in North Korea. They are using cyber to attack another countries. So it's a weapon of the war. More load in the security teams. The second one, too many products disconnect. So we have a lot of products inside the company that are not connected, not send the telemetry, not send the events for some place to be analyzed. And one item connecting our network without monitoring is one breach for the security. So more load for the security. Security now, they need to faster response. They need to provide a faster response from attack. This is complicated. It's not easy. Sometimes you can take one day to analyze and to build the reverse engineering inside the cyber attack. But the company, sometimes you need to have 5 minutes to stop that to avoid the lateral movement of the attack. So avoid to spread for another services. So more load for the team. Security reports. This kind of paperwork is terrible. Believe me, I work with cybersecurity. I know when to need to provide the documentation. It's very complicated because it's not a subject that you put in the paper, and probably the guy who is the paper, the person that who the paper doesn't have the knowledge for understanding that. So we need to take more time to create a document that a normal person can read and understand. So the team is totally over. Unhappily, we don't have the advertisement companies telling, okay, go here and work with cybersecurity. It's a job fun, as we can see with developers. We can see Microsoft, we can see AWS, Google saying, go with us, work with fun things, try these environments, visualize, develop your code. You not see that for the cybersecurity companies because the people knows it's not a fun job. You don't have fun. You have problems. One problem, each problem a day. If you solve too many problems, you can go to home and be happy. But it's not a good job, a fun job as a developer or otherwise. So it's more complicated to fill in these positions in the market. So the security is overload. What happened? 44% of the alerts are not investigated. So we have a lack of alerts that nobody sees, and one of that alerts, you create a massive attack inside the company. Because that, Microsoft started to think, I believe 5 years ago, how to solve these problems. IBM launching first, launching Watson. You can use Watson inside the QRadar, the CN system for IBM. So IBM start to using the artificial intelligence to analyze the environment and create insights about the security. Microsoft went that and create the Sentinel. Sentinel is doing the same. But right now we need more. We need a tool that the cybersecurity team can make readable questions and receive response. Okay. So because that Microsoft are using artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? Simplify, is the creation of the software that imitates human behaviors and capabilities. So we have general artificial intelligence. I'm not expert in the subject, and we have another type. I don't remember the name, but the power of this kind of technology is receive amount of the data, insights and telemetry, and create good prompts for us. It's because that Microsoft is using that in the Copilot system. We are not talking just connecting the Microsoft applications, Microsoft Security end-to-end applications with ChatGPT. It's not that. The Copilot is the magic behind. Okay. So a little bit timeline about the artificial intelligence, because I think is very interesting to do. In 50, machine learning started with Turing computers. Who will see the movie of the Turing? Talk about that. It's very important. In the 6, the first neural network comes up. So here we start the game changer of the machines, how to see machines and how machines can help the humans. Of course, when the new algorithms and the new neural networks comes up, the people get afraid. And Hollywood start to make movies, robots dominate the world, enslaving the human beings and things like that. Okay, a robot will replace a human in the future. I don't believe that. Okay. And in 80s, we start to segregate the machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence. Are pieces of the same play, but in different paths of the studies. Okay. So in 2000, we have the deep learning with the creation of the GPU. Here, it's the game chain for that, when we start to use the GPUs for processing this kind of data. 2009, Google builds the first autonomous car. I remember saw this new in the newspaper in Brazil, and I think the next day we create the Flyers car. But until now, we don't have Flyers car. And 2000 and 2015 is the good things start to happen with the artificial intelligence. Watson comes up. Watson beats two players in the Jeopardy game. These guys it was very a gamer for this kind of game, and Watson beat them in the TV show. After that, Apple launched Siri. After that, Google launched Google Now. And now we can put Alexa inside. So you have our artificial intelligence for assistance in your house. Okay, everything is connected. Our house is connected with Alexa right now. So in 2017 for me is very important, because in the previous company that I was in Brazil, we started working with machine learning in production site. We start to create in that time machine learning to analyzing data and to give a good insights for sales company, for example. 2020, Microsoft introduced the Turing natural language that I believe, I'm not expert in that, but I believe it's a game change for artificial intelligence in Azure. OpenAI GPT-3 start to generate the computer codes, poetry, music, good poetry that makes sense and things that. So here the people, the analysts, the artificial intelligence scientists, they start, okay, now we are talking more closely a system that can reproduce the human tasks and language tasks, for example. ChatGPT is developed for OpenEye. So in 2022, we see the first trial for ChatGPT. I believe just this year they released in public way. So OpenGPT 4 is released in public. Now everybody can use. I am using, probably someone who here is using. I'm using too much for example, for write documentation. For me, it's very good with genuine inside the Visual Studio. Is the point. Is the change, as I said, since the start, is the game change for the subject. What is the next? So, because that, with the power that we had now, we can put Microsoft start, okay, let's go to use the artificial intelligence, let's go to make the people that need to work with Microsoft 365, Microsoft Service more easily. Why do not for the people who working with security? Let's go do. It's interesting, but there is some concerns that Microsoft should do first. How to protect the data. We are not talking just about the prompt message and receive commands. There is data inside. We need to protect this kind of data. Because that, we have Copilot system. Copilot system is not talking just about connect Microsoft with ChatGPT. There is a system behind that. There is a magic behind that. Doing what? The grounding. The grounding is the improvement of this prompt. Doing the check if the compliance and security are being followed inside this prompt. Microsoft cannot allow this prompt with information that cannot go outside for the company, for example. Data lake is a concern for everyone in this day. So Microsoft is not using any data from the company, from your company, from who is using for train the model, because that is Copilot. Copilot doing the improvements, take care of the security, and so they send the request for the large language model, ChatGPT or whatever. Right now it's OpenEye, but maybe what next year is another company. And Copilot needs to learn every day. This is the importance of the artificial intelligence. Learning and learning and learning, and each day can be more assertive in the results. So everything starts with Microsoft 365 apps here, but I will explain after with the Security Copilot. Send a user prompt for Copilot. I don't know how make a PowerPoint presentation for me about the final reports of the company like that. Copilot, as I said, is more than OpenEye ChatGPT embedded with Microsoft. Okay. Copilot will processing this prompt, doing the ground. As I said, ground is the improvement of the user prompt. The key to unlock this productivity in business lies is connecting all the data with the large language model, but without sending this data. So Copilot receive the prompt, analyze the prompt, make a better prompt without these informations, for example, and so send for the large language model. First, he needs to connect with your internal data, for example, your emails and things that can create a better prompt. So using Microsoft Graph for that. Retrieving all data from the company. So after that, he sent a modified prompt for the OpenEye. When OpenEye answers this prompt, we have a post-processing inside the Copilot, checking the security and the privacy in the data. Copilot was designed for security principles. So there is another posting, processing, just checking the security compliance and things like that. Go back to the graph, checking again if everything is okay. If the result, the user that is making the result, they have this power to see this information. If not, stop here. For example, maybe the guy that is using the prompt for Microsoft Security Copilot doesn't have access in the financial reports. So when Microsoft Graph notes that, okay, this guy is not in this group, in this Azure AD group, this guy doesn't have access to information. Okay, this guy don't need to receive that. So the request should stop here and Copilot the answer for the user. You don't have permission for doing that. And final, send the response plus that command in this case. If everything is clear, user has the power, user has the permissions, maybe Copilot will produce a good representation of the final reports with PPT and things like that for him. Here is the same, but it's a gift from Microsoft that explains how this ecosystem works. So you send the user prompt, as I said, pre-processing, go Microsoft Graph, collecting the data. I hope that not stop it. Yes, I believe that stopped. No, it's working now. Collect the data, emails, files, meetings, chats, calendars, and contacts. So send for the large model, but with the prompt modified. Okay, so Copilot work in that prompt and make improvement prompt respecting all the security policies of the company. And so giving back for the Microsoft Graph, for more Microsoft Graph can give back for the GUI's request. And this process, it works continually. I think after that, you will show that the process is doing that the same. So this is the magic behind. It's not just send your data for the large language model. It's analyzing, making improvements, because we have another point of view here. Sometimes we don't know how to ask some things. Sometimes we ask one thing and we receive another answer. This is a machine. It's not a human being. Human being can recognize the context and give the best answer. But machines need this information. So the other function of the Copilot is make better this improvement for receive better answer. Okay? So with that, we have Microsoft Security Copilot. It's a tool using artificial intelligence, okay, that make analysis too fast for responding to an incident, threat hunting, processing signals at a machine speed, because it has a hyperscale artificial intelligence for infrastructure from Microsoft behind, and can assess risks, exposure risk in minutes. Not more in 1 hour, not more in 24 minutes. You can see because it's machine learning, it's artificial intelligence running the information behind. You can synthesize the data, the multiple sources in a clear way, in actionable insights, and respond the incidents in minutes instead of hours. You can try the signal at machine speed, surface threats early, and get predictive guidance to help you. And the thing that I think more incredible for me, that making my heart happy, because beyond that, Microsoft Security Copilot gives you a step-by-step. The tool is not just solving the problem for you, it's training your team. You see in the video, Microsoft Security Copilot goes there, okay, this is a malware, start for here, you can check this, you can see the reverse engineer of this malware. So we can train our team. It's not just give the response, but training the cybersecurity team as well. How it works? Okay, right now Microsoft is using OpenEye. Okay, so OpenEye as the artificial intelligence in Microsoft Security. We have a layer with hyperscale artificial intelligence infrastructure. So all the power if Microsoft has with artificial intelligence, we can use that for analyze security. We have a cyber trained model with security schools. This is one of the game changers as well. It's not just a model for understanding things. It's a model that is being trained with cybersecurity skills. So this model can understand the behavior of the data, the behavior of the network, the behavior of the service, identify, okay, this is not a non-behavior. Okay, there is a flag here. This is not a good behavior for this environment, okay? So we have more, I think is readable, but Microsoft Intelligence has more than 65 trillion of signals. Imagine that a simple system analyzes that. Imagine that a human being analyzes 65 trillion. It's possible. So you can use all the signals for your environment. When you send the prompt, Microsoft is taking care of that and using their model to understand and to give a coherent answer or a good answer about that. And of course, it's not readable here, but it's end-to-end tools, security tools for Microsoft. We are talking Microsoft Defender, Sentinel, Purview, Viva, Entra, and the other ones. Intune. Here we have a small perspective how to works the Microsoft Security Copilot. So receive the data from the security products, as I said, Microsoft Defender, Sentinel, Entra, Purview, Priva, Intune. Go to Microsoft Security Copilot behind, send that information for Microsoft Security Model, where this information is analyzing using the training models with the cybersecurity skills. Go to the large language model and come back the prompt for the user with the answer. The same way that I show in the security, in the Copilot for Microsoft, we'll have here. So, Microsoft Security Copilot is a portal. It's a portal that pretty much like the same of the ChatGPT, okay? And you can ask in natural language for the system what do you want to ask about your environment. For example, if you have a vulnerability, if the machine can scan for you, if you can improve your secure posture in your environment, things like that. Natural language, okay? This prompt will be sent for Copilot. Copilot, you do the ground, as I said, for make it better, this improvement, this prompt. Is sent for Microsoft Graph to connect with other data. Where is come from this data? It's coming from the, just a moment. It's coming from the end-to-end security tooling for Microsoft. Defender, Intune, Sentinel, Purview, Entra, Priva, all security tooling from Microsoft. Okay, that you have is available in Microsoft 365. So using the model of Microsoft, the trainer model that I said with cybersecurity skills, and so send the modified prompt for OpenEye. OpenEye send back the answer the same way, post-processing, checking the security, because just for be sure that everyone that he has the permission to see that information. Okay. And checking again and send the response command for the user. Here the user receives probably if the file they asked it for analyze if it has malware or not, if it has some vulnerabilities inside the environment and things like that. Here is the prompt, terrible for C. But you can see that the analysis of the, for example, this is an incident. He's asking an incident. He's showing the diagram of this incident. For example, how this incident is happened and how to fix that. Identify ongoing attacks, for example. Access its scale. You can use scale for access your environment, okay? And get instructions to be remediated based on proven fact from the real-world security incidents. So the database, the OpenEye has the database in the internet. Search that. Okay, I found this simulation. It's very like that you are having now. You can use this. You can use this text for answer that. Sometimes OpenAI can have mistakes. For example, I was trying to use that, and I was scanning my environment, and OpenAI told me, okay, you have a problem in this Windows 9. Doesn't have Windows 9. So we need to be careful because sometimes the information is not correct. Okay, this is the bad thing right now for artificial intelligence. Sometimes the answer is not correct. So here is the tag hunting. If you see, the guy asked, oh, stop this email that I think is a malware. So OpenEye start to looking. Okay, I found. Do you want to stop? Yes, I want. Stop it. So OpenEye Copilot take the action, dropping the email in the exchange line and things like that. Remove the email from the mailbox of the users, just for be sure nobody more using this malware. Okay, so discover whether your organization is susceptible to know vulnerabilities and exploits using the tools. This is how implemented. If you have Defender has this in the endpoint and the detect response. Okay, Copilot just connect everything with everything. Do you remember the first slide about the challenge? To manage connect products? Copilot to help you to, Microsoft Security Copilot to help you to connect these products. Examining your environment one access at a time for evidence of the breach. So you can have all the information about the breach, all the information about the attack, all the access of this. So make a report about. Now you don't need to spend hours and hours investigating because you have a technology that can investigate for you and can help you to solve that and can help you make improvements in your environment. So we can leave the security team to do other things, not just more running behind the incidents. Okay. The last one is the most thing important for me is the security important. So if you're asking, for example, in natural language, please doing the reverse engineer of this malware for me. OpenAI you do. Now, interesting. I like it. You can change, you can edit the answer. If you see the answer is not correct or the answer does not make sense, you can edit and helping the artificial intelligence in the next ones. If you like it, okay, I like it. This is the answer. Can you make a presentation for me? And he is making a PowerPoint. You cannot see here, but he is making a PowerPoint for you. Just to explain what happens, how to happen, and how to avoid in the future. So making our life so more easily. As I said, summarize events, incidents, in threads in minutes. Prepare the information to share it, customize reports for your desired audience. So you can see that more easily with more information, and you don't need a human being to do this job because now you have artificial intelligence to do that for you. Because this is the importance of artificial. Artificial intelligence needs to do the job that human being can do, but more easily, more faster, because human being needs to create things, not to running behind the incidents and things like that. So here is the, I think, but this is a prompt bar that you can ask a natural language, okay? So you can ask everything, how you can improve my security posture, which alerts are being, tell me about my last incident. Here you can analyze, for example, a file. You just import and OpenEye will be analyze this for you with Copilot, okay? The important, your data. Microsoft is not using your data for training models, okay? So if you like the answer, you can mark it and pin. If you don't like, or if you think it's generating wrong information, you can edit this information. And so you are training the model to understand better in the future. If you like, for example, you have this button here, is the pin. You can pin this information in your table and get started more faster the information for the next one. I believe now. If you do, for example, here, if sometimes can commit mistakes. For example, doesn't exist Windows 9. You just have Windows 8 is a terrible thing, and Windows does. But Windows 9 you don't have. And so you can help Copilot to understand and learn more if you feel, okay, this is a error, I will make that. As I said, you can do the threat hunt, and you can understand how to work the attack. And if you see here, he is explaining about the engineer reverse of the attack. But if you see here, you can see the steps of the attack. More below, you have the how to mitigate that step by step. So Copilot can help your organization to understand better, to learn with the instance in the fast way. So I don't know what happened.
Time.
What? I don't know what happened here, but okay. Is the last one. So Copilot can help in that. Right now, it's really new. It's not in the market. You cannot go and try, but you can request if you want it. Okay, if you have a Microsoft 365 tenant, you can request from Microsoft. Microsoft is allowed if you have power. Sometimes they don't have power of capacity for the people because the product is not launched yet. If you are MVP, it's more easy. If you are more MVP in security, it's more easily. Okay, because they are one the community testing the product. I believe this product will be launched in the market in this year. But for me, it's the game change for Microsoft this year for security. After Sentinel 2 years ago. Okay? So, for my part, for my side is that. I don't know if anyone has questions or not.
Yes. What will be the pricing of this solution?
Sorry?
What will be the pricing of this solution?
I don't have any idea. We are just talking about the solution is very new. We don't have anything about the marketing and the pricing that. But I believe my impression, because Microsoft is already using inside the company, this technology is already in place for Microsoft cybersecurity teams. So now they are going to release a version for the customer. So I believe this will be in the Microsoft 365 package for security. Mainly the last ones, I think the premium ones. So I believe this is be part in the security part of the compliance and security portal for Microsoft. So if you have the Microsoft 365, I think the premium, you have some packages of security. I believe that it will be included as well. But just my guess. We don't have any information about price yet. Any questions?
If there are any vulnerabilities, it's not able to detect yet.
Pardon?
Any threat or vulnerabilities that it's not able to identify yet.
If there is any trouble that it can not identify,
Yeah.
I don't know. Because we know in the security side that the threats, I have a friend, he's worked with me, we used to say, I work in the bed, I'm going to sleep now with 5 threats and probably awake tomorrow with them. So I cannot expect the solution can analyze and identify all the threats in the world. Okay, so because that you have humans. Humans are the fail plan. Okay, I don't believe because sometimes the information is there, the information in the internet, but sometimes you, as a human, can understand. Okay, this behavior, because you know your research, you know your service. This research is totally strange. Copilot, look for me. I didn't find anything. But for me, it's different. So you go there and see and doing your human task. And probably you find that problem. Not in minutes, probably in hours or days. But your feelings is better than a machine, of course. So answer this question, probably there is that Security Copilot, key radar, and things like that cannot detect it. Because they are not unfailable systems, they are failable systems as well. Any question? No? So, guys, from my side, thanks. Thank you so much. In French, merci.
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 C'est la pause?
C'est la pause.